Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the secrets hidden in plain sight within corporate filings. And today we're looking at SiriusPoint Ltd. Let's just say some companies are playing a game of hot potato with their assets. Alright folks, strap in because SiriusPoint Ltd just dropped a little something on the 29th of September 2025. Now this isn't your usual quarterly update. Think of it more like a, hey, we remaking a big change announcement kind of report. It is a Form 8K. The big news is that on this date, the 29th of September 2025, a part of SiriusPoint is getting sold off. They've agreed to sell ArmadaCare, the company supplemental health insurance business, to a subsidiary of Ambac Financial Group Incorporated. So what does this sale mean? SiriusPoint is saying goodbye to Armada Corp Capital LLC, which handles their supplemental health insurance program manager, ArmadaCare. The price tag for this deal is a cool $250 million. Now, sales like these aren't usually immediate. They've got to jump through some hoops like usual closing conditions and getting the green light from regulators. This $250 million figure is important. It tells us they're looking to shed a business and bring in a significant chunk of cash. Whether this cash will be reinvested, used to pay down debt, or returned to shareholders. That is the real story we need to watch. The company is also signaling that they've released a press announcement about this deal. So, while this report is the official word to the SEC, the press release is their way of talking to the wider world about this big move. Quick look at what is registered on the stock exchange. SiriusPoint has common shares traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker SPNT, which is pretty standard. They also have these preference shares, Series B, also on the New York Stock Exchange, ticker SPNT. B. These preference shares are a bit different. They have a fixed liquidation preference which can offer some stability but limits upside compared to common stock. It is interesting they're selling off a business while still actively trading these different share classes on a major exchange. Now for the part that often gets overlooked in these kinds of announcements, but it is where the real story lies, the exhibits. Exhibit 99.1 is that press release we just mentioned. It is essentially the company's public statement on the sale. Think of it as their carefully crafted message to investors and the media. We can assume it will drum up the positive aspects of the sale, like strengthening financial flexibility or focusing on core operations. And then there is Exhibit 104, the cover page interactive data file. This is part of the Extensible Business Reporting Language or XBRL system that the SEC uses. It is a way to tag financial information digitally, making it easier for computers to read and analyze. It sounds technical, but it is all about making data more accessible and transparent. So, what is the takeaway here? SiriusPoint Ltd is making a strategic pivot. They reselling off a piece of their business. The $250 million sale of ArmadaCare signals a potential shift in their focus. Is this a sign of strength, where they reshedding non-core assets to concentrate on what really matters? Or is it a signal of potential weakness needing to raise cash or streamline operations? Looking at this from a Warren Buffett perspective, we ask what kind of business is ArmadaCare? Is it a high growth, high margin business they unfortunate to sell, or is it a drag on resources? The fact that they're reselling a holding company suggests it might be a distinct operational unit. The key will be understanding why they are selling and what they plan to do with that $250 million. Without seeing the full financials leading up to this, it is hard to say definitively. However, a large cash infusion can be used in several ways. They could pay down debt, which would improve their financial health. They could invest in other more promising parts of their business, which could drive future growth, or they could distribute some of it back to shareholders, which can be a nice short-term boost. A real risk here is if the sale is a fire sale, meaning they desperate for cash and had to accept a lower price than the business is truly worth. Another risk is that the remaining business ends as strong as they claim, and this sale is just the first step in a larger restructuring. On the opportunity side, if they can successfully reinvest this capital or improve the efficiency of their core operations, this could be a very positive move for SiriusPoint. In conclusion, this 8K filing is a snapshot of a company making a significant strategic decision. Selling off a business for a substantial amount is never a small event. We need to keep a close eye on what SiriusPoint does next with that money and how their core business performs without ArmadaCare. This move could either set them up for future success or signal deeper challenges ahead. Alright, that is our quick decode of the SiriusPoint Ltd filing. What is your take on this asset sale? Do you think it is a smart move or a sign of trouble? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate insights. And don't forget to join our Discord community, linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next decode.